Sick of looking at your roses. Start of winter, I am. Doesn't take much. How to prune a rose? Well, there is a right and a wrong, but you probably will never kill it unless you take to it with a chainsaw. Take it all off at one level is not good for it. They do require to be pruned back to an outward facing bud, and you try and keep the center sort of cleared so that you don't want ones crossing over. The more bushy and leaves there are, the more disease prone they get. They don't have enough air movement around them. So some are easy, some are hard, some you don't know what to do with, but I've never hurt a rose yet. So you can see the nice fresh stems are always nice and purpley sort of growth. They're good ones. So buds, there's buds everywhere. There, that's going inwards. There's going out there. That one there's coming out here. So that's probably not too bad. You don't want one that's going back in there. That causes problems. I usually start with the simplest looking ones first. You can see that straight away is coming outwards. Perfect there, coming outwards. Lovely. Same with that one there. Then I have a look in the middle. Any little bits like that, useless. Any little bits like that, useless. Little one and another little one. Then you're back to something like that. There's another little one on that there, useless. So straight away you can see that we've opened the rose up. You've left 4 nice stems. That's coming out there, out there, out there, and that one will come outwards, all coming out that way. Back down to here, well, we've got this starting underneath and going outwards. Take it off altogether. Out there, this seems to be covering over the hedge a bit, so you could chop it back into that one there to pull it back in, or you could either chop it back into there to pull it back in. I think I will chop it into there. Stops it coming out over the hedge, and then we take that little bit off. We find an outward bud there. There's nothing much exciting there, so I go to that outward bud there. You're supposed to cut on an angle so that the water runs off. In the middle, what can we see there? That's going in the middle. We don't want that. Any of those little bits, take those off. Then we're left to that nice bit. There's a bit out there, a bud. Sometimes if they say to chop out old wood, so to me, that whole stem in there, you can see how that's one of the older stems. You can see that's a beautiful new fresh stem. So there is a little bit on that, but it's knobbly and old. I think I'm going to take that out right at the bottom, and that does encourage new stems at times. 3 things I use for rose pruning: gloves, which at most times are useless. The thorns go through your fingers, the glove anyway. Secateurs. I nearly buy a new pair of secateurs every year because I have so many roses. You've got to have them nice and sharp and give them a spray so they move easily. This is my favouriteest little thing, a little battery chainsaw, and it gets in very easy, job done. No saw, no big long loppers. Makes life a lot easier when pruning.